This is a major question that I always get a lot of people asking me. I want to start a marketing agency. How do I do it? Hey guys, Mark Thompson here from the Leverage Group, and here today for a very special video where I'm going to share a bit of my own personal journey of how I got to be, in charge of marketing, running our own marketing agency, and basically doing exactly what I love to do, which is marketing, and how I built an entire business and an entire personal career in marketing. Because this is a major question that I always get a lot of people asking me. I want to start a marketing agency. How do I do it? Or I want to do marketing, but I have no experience. I don't know how. I don't know where to start. Right? How do I find partners? How do I find mentors? What do I even do? What are the steps to get started? So I thought, what better way to share that, because I don't know the steps, right? It's different for everyone. So what better way to do that than to kind of reflect and retrace my own steps that it took me. I've broken it down to about 4 or 5 things that I did in a certain order that got me to where I am today. And I just know that if more people knew about what you had to do and what the priorities were, you could get started. And it's really easy to come out. And I mean, it's not easy, but if you just keep doing it and you don't give up, it's pretty easy at the end of the day to come up with whatever you're searching for. So right now I'm really fortunate and blessed to be with an amazing team, an amazing marketing agency, the Leverage Group. I have 3 other partners, so there are 4 of us, and together we have a team of about 15 or 16 people in our team all over the world, delivering amazing results for a dozen and more clients, right? And just 1 year ago, I wouldn't imagine of doing this. And 4 years ago was when I really just got started. And 4 years ago, I had no idea how to go about doing marketing. I was just like you, right? So the first thing I did that I think put me apart and got me started on where I was going to right now, the first thing I did was I worked for free, right? Because I understood I had no value. I didn't know, what I wanted to do. School wasn't really teaching me the right skills, so I found people that I wanted to learn certain things from, and that's why I actually found Faz and Imran. Most of you don't know, or I don't know how many of you know, but in my first year I actually knew Faz and Imran who are now my partners, but I knew them because I responded to a job ad that they put up on Facebook, and I basically did sales for them for free because I wanted to learn how to do sales. I was like, school doesn't teach me how to do sales. If I want to start my own business, I got to know how to do sales, even if I want to do marketing. So I went to work for them. I was paid on a full commission basis, but if I didn't make any sales, I basically got paid nothing. And long story short, I did that for a year and a half. I actually even finished my university degree slightly early just so that I could, move on to doing full-time sales for these guys. And I did it for 1 year, and it's really tough. And in that moment, in that 1.5 years, the one thing that I learned was actually that I don't like sales at all. I want to do more of marketing, right? And so that gave me the right connections. It gave me sufficient skill sets to go and get sales. It also gave me more focus on what my passion really was. And so what I started to do as I was going door to door, as I was doing sales, I started to research a bit more online about online marketing. So I went to listen to Neil Patel. I was reading a ton of his guides and his stuff on Quicksprout.com. I was watching a lot of videos and just reading a lot of articles, and I was trying to do it myself. And the major thing I found out was that you can't do it yourself, because that's the fastest way to get overwhelmed. Like, there's so much stuff going on. Just go and type marketing into Google. You get like 1 billion search results. It's not going to help you because a human mind needs like structure. It needs like clarity on what steps to take, right? And I couldn't get that. So doing it yourselves and learning online, maybe it works for some people. It didn't work for me. I couldn't figure out how to do it. What happened next was we got to know a speaker, a business trainer, a business coach. Some of you know him, Chris Duncan. We were working with him for quite a bit. And he had a major program where he talked about how, to really be great at sales and marketing, to build a 6-figure business. So how do you make $100,000 in a business in your first year? How do you build a 6-figure business? And that's something that I really wanted. So I made one of the biggest decisions of my life, which was to invest in that program, which was like $5,000 at the time. But why it was such a difficult thing was, at the time I only had $20 in my bank account, right? So it's like such a crazy decision. but I knew that, that's what I needed to know. That's the reason I was where I was with no money, was because I lacked those skills. So I said, you know what, I'll figure a way out. I'll pay by installment. Just get me in on the program. And so I invested in it, right? It was like my last shot. Like, I just put everything into it. And the good thing about that was that then that was the 100% of my focus and my time and my effort was just spent on that, was just spent on learning and executing those strategies, right? And what happened after that was, I learned a lot of marketing. I learned a lot of stuff that actually worked. And I actually started promoting Chris, and I started promoting some other speakers. So that's known as affiliate marketing. It's the same as doing sales on a full commission basis. You're not paid upfront, but you get paid when you deliver results, right? And so if any of you are getting started and you've got no experience, no one's going to charge you, right? I'm not going to ask you to go and charge people first and then figure out what to do later, because that can end up really badly for both of you. So a good way to do it is to do what I did, which is to do affiliate marketing. Most of the risk is on you, but you really got to go and test it out and see what works. And then when the results come in, it's amazing because you get paid, but more importantly, you know what works, and then you can just do more of that. So I started seeing more and more results. A couple of years later, I started up my own marketing agency. This was a complete one-man effort. It was just me. I was head of sales, I was head of marketing, I was head of delivery. I did everything, right? And it was a huge struggle. And I learned so much by putting so many things together. And I finally managed to hit my goal, which was I hit $100,000. I built that business to $100,000 in 9 months, right? So I hit my goal of 6-figure business in less than 1 year. And I did it alone, right? And I learned that it was really tough. It's like I couldn't scale. I couldn't do $200,000 the next year because I couldn't work 48 hours in a day. I couldn't double my effort to get double the result. And that's something that you got to learn at that point of time. But what happened next was really interesting, and this is where everything started to click together. At that point where I was just trying to figure out how to get out of my limits and how to get to the next level in business, Faz and Imran and Richard, some of you know Richard. So they came together and they said, we haven't been working together in a very close partnership. It's something that we want to do. Let's go on a retreat overseas to talk about how we can work together. Maybe we can do something together. And so, less than a year ago, we went to Da Nang in Vietnam and we had an awesome retreat. And we locked ourselves up for 3 or 4 days, and for 3 or 4 days, 8 hours a day, we just talked about what it would look like if we put all our skills together and build an amazing business. And it just so happened that the business that we all wanted to build was a marketing agency, and that's how I ended up from not knowing what to do at all in marketing to running my own marketing agency and getting really stuck as a single person, to now having an amazing team around me and having an agency that's really growing and growing really, really fast. So I just want to point out a couple of things that you got to do, that I think a lot of people who are trying to do marketing, they're not doing these two things, and that's why you're not getting the results that you're getting. Number one is you got to realize that you have to show up at a certain level. Like, you got to be at a certain level, or things are not just going to show up the way that you want. If you want $1 million business, you got to show up at $1 million. Like, you got to do stuff every single day. You have to be $1 million business owner with a business owner mind that's worth $1 million in order for a business that's worth $1 million to show up, right? A lot of you are doing the wrong things first. A lot of you are thinking, how can I find the right partners? How can I find the right clients, right? But no one is going to even come and say okay to work with you if you're not at that level yet, right? So what I did was I just focused on the craft. I just focused on marketing. I focused on just doing stuff, right? I wanted to say doing shit. I focused on doing shit. That's what you got to do. You just have to go out there and do it, right? Like, all these things that you think you need first, like, oh, I need partners first, otherwise I can't do this. All the things that you tell yourself, I need this before I can do that, like, remove them. Just go and do it. Like, there's nothing stopping you from just going to do it. Like, just be an affiliate marketer. Just tell someone, can I market to you for free? You just pay me 20% when the sales happen. No one's going to say no to that, right? Just go and do it until you build up a certain level. And then people always ask me, how do I find partners? I didn't find partners. If you notice, what happened was people started looking for me. And what you want to do is you want to go and just do your own stuff and build your own agency, and don't rely on other people. Like, don't rely on all these other things to align before you can get something happening. Like life and business doesn't work that way. You gotta just go out there and take it. So go out there and take massive action. And the second thing that you gotta do that will help you do that will help you take massive action in the right order, in the right direction, is to find a mentor, right? So I had Chris Duncan. Mentors really help you cut short the time. $5,000 is nothing compared to wasting 2 years of your life, right? Even if, like me, you only had $20 in your bank account, right? Like I knew that $20 or $5,000 was way cheaper than spending another year of my life figuring things out on my own and getting nowhere. Right, so 2 things, right? Get a mentor, take massive action, don't let anything stop you. I hope this has been useful for you. Please let me know in the comments if you've got any questions, or if you want to learn how to be a marketer, or you want to learn certain things about marketing. I would love to help as many of you, because if I can do it, I guarantee you anyone else can do it too. I would love to answer some of your questions in the comments, and I'll see you in my other videos. Bye. Hey there, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, check out the relevant video here, and don't forget to subscribe to us for more marketing tips, techniques, strategies that are working for us, or just more behind the scenes fun. See ya.